Okay. I gotta finish with these fill shaders. Actually, a ton of it is done already. Just not the most annoying freaking part. Oh wait, I remember what I was doing here. I think this generally works. Should I call this geometry test or something? So now this uses triangulation, so it does this weird thing. This? I can see why the algorithm is doing this. Like, I can tell that it's expecting a closed shape. And so it's making the last triangle close this, I think. Oh yeah. And so it's bringing the last triangle to close, to like go to the place where the first triangle is. Or where the curve starts. Honestly, I don't think I care about that enough to try to fix it. Although Grant's shaders don't do it. This is generally... like, except in cases where the shape curves back on itself, it's pretty much doing what it's supposed to. And you wouldn't even see this if you use right, which is what you generally use if you wanted to see this type of animation. Oh, I'm not doing the stroke. Actually, I don't know why that happened. Where did the strokes go? If I just add these, will the strokes be there? On those two, the strokes are there. It must be... maybe the text inherits stroke from its parents or something like that. Never a shortage of bugs. Okay, first things first. Let me try to figure out what's happening with this circle. And I mostly know what this is. If I go to the Lake 4096, what's going on? Oh yeah, so I was doing the stroke. In the place where I triangulate this, here, what Grant's code does is it rotates the object so that the normal is always facing out of the screen. And I think these shaders, well, I know these shaders, both Grant's and the ones I'm using, only work if the normal vector is directed out of the screen. It's like dot something, this. So I wonder... this is right after reading the points. If I do this... this is a normal vector though. If I get this normal vector... and then do this rotation, maybe this will do it? And it actually doesn't. Well... don't know why that happens. And in fact, let's see, if I reverse the points, I'll do axis equal to 0 like this. Did that make any sense? I guess it flipped it, like rotated it across the origin? But then the orientation is still wrong. Wait, why did that work? Oh, wait. Oh, this is flipping it manually, but not flipping it into code, which isn't what I'd want to do generally. Generally, I'd want to be able to automatically handle it into code. Dang. So I guess what I need to do now is I need to see if there's a difference in the normal vector for a square, which is oriented the other way, and the circle. Okay. Although this mapping is making it look really strange. I'm just gonna comment this out for now. Wait, was it oriented the other way? No, these are oriented in the same direction. Is it only text that's oriented? Okay. I can just comment this, both oriented counterclockwise. And then as for text, I'm gonna try just an O and see how that works. Now I should comment this for now. And the stroke didn't even appear. Why? Oh, because it probably has to be inherited. Probably. I think. Man, this might take another day after all. Where is it getting these colors? Look at object stroke here. I set this to... Actually, I don't need this uniform at all. When I get this color, I'm setting the color here, reading it from this array. And this is just going through all the objects in the family. And it's reading out the stroke RGBA for each sub-object. It seems like it should be right. Although I know that what might be messing it up is that for text objects, the parent, I think, it might be the case that only the parent gets the data set, and that data is supposed to propagate down to the children. It's gonna print the colors array. Oh. And that code didn't even run. Which I think is better, actually. Render OpenGL vectorized from object stroke. Did I not pass the flag or something? Let's see. Object has stroke. Render OpenGL vector as object stroke. I wonder if object has stroke is failing. Let's see. Well, it's not printing that. Oh, so what's happening is I think the parent doesn't have stroke, but the children do. And it's only checking has stroke on the parent. So yeah. But that makes me think has stroke isn't the right thing to check. Since has stroke is going to check the opacity and the number of points, I think. No. There we go. Oh, has stroke. So it's going to check the stroke width and stroke opacities. Yeah, but it's only checking the parent, so that check doesn't work. That just doesn't work. Oh, whoops. How did I get there? Okay. Let's try that again. And there's still no stroke. Okay. And so now I want to print that colors array again. It's RGBA. And it's all white. So it looks like that should be appearing. Maybe there's something wrong with that shader, but then why is it working with a square? So I put the square here. Same thing, RGBA, but the stroke is appearing. Well, that's gonna be annoying. I'm gonna look at the shader. Here. I'm just gonna always set the fragment color to red or something. Like this. And it's optimizing that out. I'll do it like this. Oh, same thing. Say if the color at 0. Just something to read it. Okay, so that is the stroke. That is working. Just not with the text for some reason. Didn't I actually test this with text, though? I have to do, like, stroke opacity? Gotta do create. Nope, that's not appearing. That's super annoying. Because it's really unclear why that's happening. I'm gonna take out the projection ones. Make sure it's supposed to be appearing. Oh, it's not even appearing when I don't use the rewritten shaders. Oh, that was the fill shaders I took out. So this is using that. It's still not appearing. Is this something with the create function? Okay, it happens with write, but not with create. Okay. Okay, so there it should be appearing. Well... Vectorize object stroke. It's taking in this data. Is this reading from... Yeah. It's reading V color here. All of these, current curve, tile coordinate, in color. Color is being set right here. Where's the shader being set? This one, vectorize object stroke. Okay, I guess I'll check the vertex shader. Well, there are two places where color is being specified. There's a uniform, and there's an attribute. Although the uniform should be just green, I guess. But I won't set that. I'll take the uniform out of the code here. The V color is just the N color. Okay. And that's getting set. Let me move that. Set here. And this array is just taking the stroke RGBAs from each family member. Why are the line colors different over here? It's weird. And that's coming in here. It's being passed straight through. Then I get here, the V color. And that's what I use to color it. I wonder if it's even getting that far, though. Is it? Here's what I'll try. I'm just gonna add in a square. Just add one. Like so. Okay. I'm gonna add this as well. Now this, I set the stroke opacity to 1. I wonder if that isn't being propagated to the children or something like that. Like print text at 0 Stroke color? Yeah, it's just text at 0 for the 0th child. RGB, so it's white. Try the opacity. And it's 1. That's for that child. If I look at it for the parent, No, I think that should actually work. He's a child, color and opacity. Then this is the parent. Color and opacity. The color is none. Could that be screwing it up? Something like this? Oh, this is black. I was thinking that was white for some reason. Could the stroke color have been... Stroke color white, stroke opacity white. Alright, I'm gonna just set text. Basically this. Although I don't know how to set things. It might be like this. There's no attribute set. Yeah, I thought so. I actually don't know how to set these. Although, even if that were the case... Oh my gosh. If it were something where the color was wrong, it should have appeared as red here. Gotta keep digging, I guess. Vectorized... So this. I wish I knew how to set these. Stroke opacity. Set stroke. Same thing. Wait, it's still black. Why is it still black here? And even if it were still black, why wouldn't it appear as red? Okay, I'm gonna try to add... Only add the child. Still doesn't appear. Why would it appear for the square, but not for the other one? Alright, I'm gonna have to print out the details of the square. Stroke color, stroke opacity, then this. Fill opacity equals 0.5. Wait, am I in the right? Yeah, that should work. Okay, so I'm gonna print the stroke color and stroke opacity of both of these. And just add the regular text. Wait, where did the new line come from? So is it none 1.0 and then white 1.0? So the square has a stroke color of none and stroke opacity of 1? And the text has a stroke color of white, stroke opacity of 1. And that makes me think the square stroke should appear. So weird. Yeah, this works even with nothing set for the stroke color. But the text does not work even though it has white set for the stroke color. Although this shouldn't be white, I should set this to red or something. Is the stroke width wrong? That was a frustrating error. Also, why is... Okay, yeah, that looks like it's supposed to look. Okay. Okay, sure, whatever. So the next question is... When I do a create... Okay, now I see the stroke. Do I need that to see the stroke? I do. What? Okay, let me try to write. So I use write when it does have a stroke width. That will work. I take out that stroke width. Doesn't work. Okay. That was a really dumb problem. Let's see how that was supposed to work. So did grant shaders just like pull a default value or something? Here's a shader wrappers. Stroke shader. This. There's like get stroke. Here, get stroke shader wrapper. Get stroke shader data. Read data to care to shader stroke RGBA. And this, yeah, it just reads it straight from there, so that should be 0, 2. Wait, did it ever read the stroke width? Oh, here's where it reads the stroke width. Where did I read the stroke width? Here, stroke width. I read the stroke width of the parent. Should that matter? If I hard code this, I bet this does matter actually. If I hard code this to 4, I have to do this or something. I'll just try putting 4 here. Then I take out the stroke width and then I write. Okay, so that worked. Wait, why is it red? Okay, I did stroke color equals red. Okay. So the stroke width is variable? I don't know if it makes sense to write with a variable stroke. Maybe it does. No, I guess it does, actually. So, let me see what Grant's shaders do here. So let me take this out. This is just writing something. What I'm gonna do, let's say A, B, C, D. On extent 0, set stroke with equals 1. We do 0, 1, 2, 3. Set this at 1. At 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. So this should... I can't tell if it worked. Well, I do think it sort of worked. Let me set this fill opacity to 0, see if that helps. Okay. His shaders cheated because it didn't write them all with the same with different stroke widths. It just grew them to different stroke widths afterward. Which actually, that still does require them to be... require the stroke width to be set for each vertex separately. Which is still super annoying, but I think I know how to fix this. Stroke width here is going to have to be an attribute. Well, I want to make sure this is what Grant shaders do. Shader data at shader key. Read data to shader. Wait, does this set a uniform? Oh, this does set a uniform. Well, now I don't see how this works. Does that means each of these mobjects has to be written with a different call to the shader, I guess? Aquabeam, what's going on? I'm just busy being frustrated with Grant's shaders. No big. Okay, but yeah, I think the stroke needs to be passed in separately for each mobject. I don't know how Grant shaders did this though. For shader wrapper and shader wrapper list. Wait, where's it getting the shader wrapper list? Mobject.get shader wrapper list? If I did mobject.get shader wrapper list. And this adds a different shader wrapper for each subobject. Okay, so that actually makes sense. I think? Wait. So it's separate shader wrappers. And each shader wrapper has a different stroke width? So how does it combine them? Hold on. I have to break right here. Okay, then let me run this branch shaders. And print stroke shader wrappers. So look at the length of this. It's 4. That 0. Okay. 1, 2. If I look at 0, that stroke width? Where's the stroke width saved? Do stroke shader wrappers. It appends this, which comes from get stroke shader wrapper. Get stroke shader wrapper, which gives get stroke shader data. Let's get the stroke width here. We data to shader. Wait, where's it getting the shader? Shader data index.shader key. Stroke data. Oh, stroke data is an array. Oh, so it is being set once for each vertex. Okay. Great. Cool. So that means what I have to do is here, when I'm going this through the family members, to go to widths. I think this is 0 dimensional if it's just an array. Maybe. Then widths was append widths and by dot repeat subobject dot data at stroke width. Or maybe I should do H stack or something. No, I'll just do this. Repeat this this many times. Yeah, and hopefully that does it. Then I'm just gonna print the widths array. Make sure this makes sense. Oh, I didn't turn off grant shaders. And I didn't drop the breakpoint. Two. Okay, this is actually what it's supposed to be. So a bunch of them are 2, a bunch of them are 4, a bunch of them are 6, a bunch of them are 8. From here. Okay. Great. And so now what I'll do is I'll need this like in widths. I think I just do it like this and put a 1 here. No, I just don't need anything here. Then like in the vertex shader, in one of these I'll just say like if, so I have to put this in float in width. So there's the in width. Width should be width. So now that's passed. I'll put in width here. In main, say if. How's the progress? Pretty good. The only thing that is kind of janky, well, there's something about the triangulation because I had to switch to triangulation, unfortunately. But I think I know how to... Well, I'm not totally sure if I know how to fix the thing with the rotation or not. I think I can just show you it. Wait, let me see if this runs without crashing. Sure doesn't. That is a key error. That's annoying. Wait, did I put in the wrong thing here? End with. That's that. Yeah, I think I have to do... Yeah. I'll show you the progress right after this. Okay, then I do V thickness. V thickness is here. Where did this get stroke with? Oh, this is a uniform. We'll switch this to in width. Width. Then it'll take this V thickness. Did I do it? I did do it. That was with my shaders. Great. Okay, so the thing that is janky right now is that this fill algorithm has a concept of an orientation. So this is a circle, and it's filled with the fill shaders, and it looks weird. And the reason it looks weird is that when the algorithm is deciding which points are concave versus convex, it does that by doing this cross. This. It crosses these vectors. And the sign of this cross operation will change depending on whether the orientation of the curve is clockwise or counterclockwise. As a result, if something is the wrong orientation, it'll look like that. If it has the right orientation, which you can do like this, so basically I flipped the points, reversed them all, and then it works. So the question is, how can I determine the orientation at runtime, and then I guess flip the signs here if it's oriented the other way? One potential thing is almost all of the curves... Wait. That was clockwise. Okay, that was clockwise. If I do this... Yeah, this is also clockwise. Almost everything is oriented the same direction, except for, like, basically the circle. So that craps out for me. If I use Grant's shaders. That also crapped out for a little while. I don't know if you saw that. Hold on. Runtime equals 20. Is this a problem unique to my shaders? Maybe. But what I'm just noticing now is Grant's shaders are messing this up too for a little while. See? And then it figures it out halfway through. It's probably going to be a disaster figuring out why in the world this is like getting it wrong at first, and then it figures it out. Yeah, but I don't know how grant shaders avoid it right now. I wish so much I could have kept the previous algorithm, but I couldn't quite do it. I think it would have been just a little bit too... probably slow. It wasn't slow at the time I was doing it, but it was getting more and more complicated. Okay, so if I go to triangulate here... Also, I might have messed up something in this algorithm. Like, I might have edited something here. If I diff to master, then I look at project.py. I did make a few changes, I think. Yeah, I did make a few small ones. So let me just change this so that it's the exact same way it was on master. I'll just edit this anyway. Normal vector. I think I took out this variable because the normal vector was never passed. So I took out... Wait, what in the world? Is this diff the wrong way? Going like this? So this is going to master from head. So I did this, took out that, put in the normal vector equals none. Wait, what? Get unit normal. Oh, I have to take this out. And this should be if normal vector is none. Convex parts don't need. And then Bezier triangle, whatever. Take all of this out. It should just be H stack. Concave triangle indices. Oh no, just indices and inner tri indices. Yeah. Like this. And that's the only thing in this function. Okay, so now the triangulation function should be the same way it is on master. But it isn't because I didn't commit this, but whatever. If I did commit this, then it would be. So now if I try to use grant shaders, and they're doing the same thing. They're messing up for a little while and then figuring it out. That needs to go faster. If I comment out this mapping, I wonder if that... No, it still does it. That's a little too fast though. Yeah, it still does it. Um... And p dot sine of the crosses. What I'm tempted to do is just say all the objects should have the same orientation. Because it looks like all of the text does, kind of just by coincidence. But actually, Grant's shaders still mess it up that way too. Do mine do that? If it goes this way, mine gets it right. So in mine, there's one direction where it'll always get them wrong, and one direction where it'll always get it right. In Grant's shaders, for both directions, it'll get it wrong half the time and then get it right at the end. Which is great. That's wonderful. This must have something to do with the normal vector, right? I guess, see, what if I say normal vector? That was not what I expected. I just make it... Yeah, exactly. Just make this is out, right? Pointing out of the screen. Then I use Grant shaders. It doesn't have to do with the normal vector. Is it something in the shader? It could be that it's computing the normal vector that it actually uses in the shader somewhere. In which case we'll never find it because that shader is insane. Let me just try to bring up the fill shader. What is it called? Quadratic Bezier fill? Well, it's 3 files. That one's kind of reasonable, although it's importing stuff. The geometry shader is not reasonable. It's ridiculous. Oh, wait, how'd I go? Anyway, that's the geometry shader. I guess it looks kind of smaller. Oh, this is the fragment shader. There's the geometry shader. This. Oh, and it's literally computing an orientation here. All you have to do is take the sine of the dot product of the global unit normal with the local unit normal. Obviously. Why didn't you think of that? I don't know what this is. Well, I sort of know what this is doing. The dot product is going to be positive if the two vectors are pointing in the same direction and negative if they're pointing in the different directions. So, I don't even see why that matters. It's computing this variable and then not doing anything with it. Unless this variable must be a global variable. Oh, it's passed out. Okay. So this variable is passed to the fragment shader here, where it multiplies it with the sine of v2 which is obviously this. And after doing that multiplication, it gets sine. And then it multiplies sine by fp. And then returns 0 if that's negative. I'm thinking maybe I should just... I could just make it so that objects have to have one orientation, but I don't really want to do that. How can you even tell? How would you tell mathematically if something is oriented one direction or the other direction? Is that even possible? Well, he did it by doing a dot product. Then there's a question of where did this normal come from? Get unit normal? Yes. V1. Oh, it does the normal separately for each Bezier curve. By getting... This is the vector from 0 to 1, vector from 0 to 2, crosses those, gets the length of that cross product, which is the area of the parallelogram. Then, if it's too small, it does something. Otherwise, it just makes it a unit vector. So that normal vector is computed per Bezier curve. Although that doesn't make sense either. Because why would that suddenly switch like halfway through the circle? Okay. I just search determine curve orientation. Come on, mouse. And from P to Q at any point C of t, you can tell its orientation by its unit tangent vector. We'd also parameterize the curve backwards. The tangent vector. I need an answer like clockwise or counterclockwise. This is giving me a direction. Oriented curve is a simple planar closed curve, blah 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 blah. It's also the endpoint, which has no other self-intersection, such that when traveling on it, one always has the curve interior to the left. Consequently, the curve exterior to the right. That is what I want to compute. Okay. But I'll be trying to compute the convexity or the orientation of a curve which isn't even closed, right? What is this computation? The orientation of the resulting polygon is directly related to the sine of the angle at any vertex of the convex hull of the polygon. For example, the angle ABC. Okay, because that angle will either be measured like AB vector cross BC vector, or CB vector cross BA vector, and those will have different signs. But I don't know if that helps me. Maybe all it is... Well, no, this is the problem. A curve like this is obviously going counterclockwise. And a curve like this is obviously going clockwise. But what if you get a curve like, here it's going clockwise. Here it's going counterclockwise? Here, it's going clockwise, and then the outside's going counterclockwise. So what do you do? Is there anything to do? Maybe I'll just, like, literally ask Grant. Or just say, all objects have to be oriented the right way. And just go in the circle code and be like, wait, OpenGL. Be like, class, where's the OpenGL circle that inherits from arc? Go here, this, and just be like, what in the world are these functions? Self.data points, basically this. And just call it a day. I don't know if this computation makes that much sense. I would make a curve like this and pass it to Grant's shaders. But, this looks like really annoying to draw, even in Manim. How many geometry objects are there to be oriented weird? Add a comment that explains why it's there if you add it. Yeah. It's not... Well, I guess it's an okay solution. Most objects have straight edges, which means this wouldn't matter. The only objects that really have curved edges are the circle. It's probably an oval class or something. Like, if I change the arc, that might be enough. Is there an ellipse? There is an ellipse. But that uses circle. Pretty much everything uses arc. And cubic Bezier. I guess I'd be fine just making everything oriented the same way. The reason for this entire problem is that the way this is being triangulated isn't the way that it's supposed to be being triangulated. This computation is kind of bullshit. It's not what you're supposed to do. And the reason for this, okay. Time to do some more ranting, I guess. Oh, I even have the picture here. If there's an object shaped like this, then what you'll want to do is triangulate only this part. Or at least what we have to do is triangulate only this part. Then the rest of this is passed into a shader which has an understanding of how to draw Bezier curves, and so it draws in these curves. But this part needs to be triangulated normally. And so we're trying to like force the points into these two distinct sections. And that's what this computation is doing. What you're supposed to do is do what's called a constrained Delaunay triangulation. And it tells you that somewhere in here. If I can control F. Yeah, it's supposed to do this. The reason we're not doing constrained Delaunay triangulation is because there are no Python libraries to do constrained Delaunay triangulation. There's SciPy Delaunay, but it doesn't do constrained. Alright, this thing, try. Oh, this is from 2015. And this just constrained. Wait, hold on. Alright, we got a dead link. Yeah, I don't want to use something with the last release in over half a decade ago. And with no access to the source. So, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna flip this. This set points. Super dot set points. Reverse points. Okay. I guess we can just use reverse points. And now if I run this with my shaders, it'll work. Good job, self. But then that makes me wonder when... Comment that, or remove that, remove that. When I draw an O letter, like this, was it just getting lucky that this happened to be in the right place? Or be in the right direction? Is it a recently developed technique? I don't think it's that recent. Okay, let's make the fill opacity not 0. The circle wasn't even... Wait. The circle has to be oriented counterclockwise. Oh, and the outer circle was counterclockwise, wasn't it? Yeah, then the inner circle. I don't think it's that recently developed. I don't know why there's... I guess these aren't usually dated. But I don't... Oh, copyright 2005. Does that mean are we allowed to use this? I mean, Grant does this already. And the only other thing we use is basically triangulation. Which we're not doing anyway, because we couldn't find a library. But yeah, I guess this is just getting lucky. Maybe? Yeah, I think that might just be the best. Maybe we were just getting super lucky that all the text was oriented the right way. Am I doing 8? Okay. But the proper solution to this is probably to write Python bindings over... How out of the question is to write our own library? That's pretty out of the question. The next best thing to do would probably be to use this library. This is like the most recent library I could find to do this. Honestly, if we were going to do this on our own, we should do it in Rust. And there is actually a Rust library to do constrained Delaunay triangulation, but it's quite old. Well, not like old. It was updated in 2020. But I think it's not really maintained anymore. But computing a constrained Delaunay triangulation probably isn't that hard to do. It'd just be too slow to do in Python, because we have to do it a lot. So it'd have to be like writing it in C or something. Writing it in C or something, and then writing Python bindings. But yeah, I guess all we have to do is buy Algorithmica. Wait. Or buy general dimensional constrained. Just get a copy of general dimensional constrained Delaunay and whatever. Or just read. Oh, I guess it's just here. Just read this. Is this seriously one algorithm? There's no way. And it's only part 1. Anyway, I don't... Maybe it is hard to do. But anyway, the proper thing to do is probably use Python bindings over this, which currently don't exist, so... Anyway, fix that. Next thing is... what? Was that everything? That's a lot. Python bindings over this probably isn't that hard. Well, if you've never written Python bindings before, that could make it a little difficult. I've done it in C, but not for C++. Also, I hope I didn't my internet didn't go out. Let's hope. Okay, let me just do this again. Okay, so this is using my shaders. They're decently fast, although they triangulate on each frame, which I don't have to do. I guess they're working decently well now. Still here, great. And this is not showing disconnected anymore, so that's good. Okay, I'm gonna PR this. And that'll be that. Wait, I'm just gonna make sure that the square and the circle work again. This. You know what would be nice? Using Manim to make videos. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That would be really nice. Maybe I'll be able to do that one day. Okay, so that works. That also works. And then fade in was broken before. So make sure those work. That worked. That worked. Lost in the development sauce. Really lost in the development sauce. Alright, I'm doing it. No one can stop me. Just remove some of this stuff. So this, I don't think is a very useful test. That I need there. This I needed to change back, so I need that. Do need this, because it's only checking the parent when it will also have to check the child. This shouldn't be a uniform, that's true. This should be a vertex attribute. Forgot what that's supposed to be. Oh, this is to set different colors for different things. So you need all of this. Object. Oh, it's setting a uniform? Setting a stroke with a uniform. Don't need to do. Wait. Oh yeah, this isn't even used anymore. I go to vectorized object stroke here. This isn't used because it varies between objects now. Cool. So I guess I should rebase onto main again. And then I'll have to PR the fill and the stroke together because I think I changed both of them. I definitely changed the fill. And then I changed the stroke a little bit. Well, let's make a copy of that. Eventually, Manim's gonna get so big and its history is gonna get so long that it won't make sense to copy it like this. And then all my merges are gonna break things. Merge and master. Oh. There's no way that was that easy. Well, I guess my code doesn't touch that much other stuff. Great. I just want to make sure I can use this text test again. It's doing the same thing. Great. Then I'll do this with fade in. Okay. Orator 1, I'll do shaders again. How do I push? It's like head, colon. I thought I knew how to do this. Hit, push. Here. Oh, it's like this colon. Is this how you normally do it? I feel like the syntax is pretty strange. Okay. Let's do rewrite vectorized object be compatible transformation matrices. Makes vectorized objects rendered with OpenGL. Or I should say, adds use projection. What's it? Use projection, stroke, and fill shaders. Shaders flags which make vectorized objects rendered with OpenGL projection matrices. How do your changes improve the library? That can be formed via matrices, easier to manipulate, and the new rewritten are much easier to understand than the older ones. Testing status. So with the following scene. Should just copy this from my last PR. Did this get merged? Oh, it didn't, which is good. Wait, did this get merged? The fill shaders? No, this didn't either. Although this has this problem. This is actually okay though. This won't happen with the new shaders, I think. They managed to run this on an M1. I guess that's fine. The way that this triangulated was really nice, but it does, I think it's more vulnerable to these sorts of things. Okay. Oh, I wanted to copy that test. Read the contributing guidelines. Did this. Did that. Didn't do this, but I think they're all private. Okay, take two. Well, let me look through this, make sure there's nothing that I don't want. That's all correct. This is correct. This is correct. That's correct. That's right. That's right. That's right. Shader program cache. This was really weird, but I think this is what I have to do. Look at that vertex shader. Beautiful. So simple. I should take this out. Quadratic does a stroke frag. That shouldn't be there. And that should be there. I guess this should be there. Vectorize object fill. Wait. Oh yeah, this should be there. This should be there. Yeah, this is correct. This is correct. This is right. This is right. Probably, I hope. And I took out a new line. Fine. Motivation, explanation. Okay. Now I'll just put that this is a second try at whatever the other thing was. I can't even find the summary I wrote. Here. $16.79. Is it 1680? Yeah, it's 1680. Okay. This time for sure it'll work. Okay, and now... Well, I guess I have to see if the pre-commit stuff works. Which it probably won't, because I didn't even check it. But miraculously, I don't think I have any development stuff to work on. Which is great. I'll probably go back to working on the OpenGL tutorial I was doing before. But I don't know if I want to get started on it now. I was sort of thinking whether I want to do it on whatever our docs are currently on, that I forgot the name of, or do it with GitHub pages. Sphinx? I don't think Sphinx is really for making websites. It's more for documentation. But I saw a really good... Oh god. Okay, I'm back. I saw a really good tutorial before that used GitHub pages. Maybe I'll try doing that. I think tutorial is the name of the branch. Oh, I didn't actually commit that change. Whatever, I don't care. I bet none of this code works anymore. Just because I haven't looked at it in so long. But I can try OpenGL pipeline. Django is for websites. Well, Django is a web server. Oh, this needs to use Manim render. Dang, it's gonna be super annoying. I might have to just start from scratch on this. Well, not totally from scratch. All the code is here, I guess. But I think I'll have to copy this like paragraph by paragraph or something. Guess I could try to merge it. Get merge vector stroke, which is more advanced than main. Well, that didn't work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those are the conflicts. I actually don't think this is too bad. It's mostly just stuff for the GUI. Since this was before I PR'd that. This isn't the worst thing in the world. I'm not gonna do it right now, though. Alright, we failed every check. Although I never even tested this, to be fair. Doesn't even show what happened. Did it? Oh. No module named OpenGL. Oh, that reminds me. I could use this to try to triangulate better. But I'm not going to. Not right now. Vectorized object rendering. Yeah, this isn't even used. No, not the geometry. Okay, try that again. Great. I guess it's worth seeing what it would take to add a page to the current documentation. Try just adding a Sphinx file. Oh, it still looks like this. I might not write it for this documentation page, just because it looks not that good. me get another one of these. Check out the Doc's Improvement PR. I have too many tabs open. Oh, this was funny. I looked at the Rust pictures of anime girls. Good times. Our PRs take this long? 24 days? That does look better. Feeling that they look too gray. Okay, I dig it. Do you need someone to review it? They do look kind of gray, yeah. But it is better. And it still does this, I guess. Yeah, as in you need someone to review it? Because, P.rubric. This is a community background color. For the sidebar. Probably doesn't look as good. Oh yeah, this color. This isn't that nice of a color. Tinker with CSS are not a lot. Gotcha. I do think this color is probably gonna look better than the community color. The community colors aren't that good. Oh, visual reviews. Gotcha. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's good. So much of our documentation is buried in this. Okay. Oh yeah, but I like it. They kind of suck. I mean, it just needs to be organized better than putting it all right here. Like, why isn't this like manim.mobject, manim.animation, manim.camera? Like, why aren't they separate drop downs? Oh, well. Okay, so one of them passed tests. Great. Organize that in 0.5. Dang. Okay. It's probably something to make it easier to automate or something like that. Like, it's probably made the code simpler. Oh, the new theme changed it. Okay. Anyway, great. This is passing. The only way this wouldn't work is if Windows does some crazy thing. Yeah, bhackle might know. Okay, great. Well then, the next thing I can work on is back to that tutorial. That'll be fun. Till then, I guess, looks like this is working. So I'm just gonna raid someone now. A little bit early. Since I finished. Which is great. Let's do this again. Is the stream disconnecting? Uh-oh. Did it work? I guess it worked. I don't know. I'm gonna pretend like nothing happened. This person is speaking English. Maybe they haven't been going for 5 hours. 2 hours. Also 2 hours. Lead code practice. That'd be fun. Okay. Also 2 hours. Everyone's going for 2 hours. 16 minutes. Great. This is a neat setup too. All right. Oh, can't raid this channel. Didn't know that was even a thing. I guess you can make it so people can't raid you. Okay, maybe I'll try the VTuber. Dope. That worked. It was something with the... Like when I put in... Oh. Manual raid. Nah, I'll just do it something else. Okay, cool.
Yo, you were told, thank you for the raid. How is it going? Oh my god. How are we doing tonight? What y'all just got out of doing? I got out of doing? Oh my god, what did you just finish doing? OpenGL program. Oh, we got a graphics programmer. That shit is painful. Could not be me. Could not be me. Not even a little bit. No, sir. Nope. It was a great time living in the definition of great times. Some games, a horrible time. Oh my god. So hot that now my arms are my forearm. I never experienced it since I was. It's been like. Hope it doesn't spill.
Oh, can't read that person.
Like Louisiana. I feel like I'm outside, but I'm inside. Take the 670. Yeah, that's X. Here's the thing, Neil. One of those people, being of the exact skill set, sort of errs on the side of me